Welcome, YouTube. Today we are making these amazing fajitas. This is a family favorite. I've been making this a family probably for 10, 15 years. Unfortunately, I don't make it enough, but
I agree.
We've been making them a lot for many years. Before I leave any comments, get any comments about carne asada versus fajitas. I know generally speaking, fajitas you slice the meat and then you cook it, where carne asada, you serve it on a steak, a whole steak, and you cook it that way.
Oh.
That's one of the biggest difference. But I do cook this, as fajitas. It is a fajita marinade, but I like cooking it on the grill, getting the flame, and in order to make that easy, I have to leave it as a whole steak.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. So it is fajitas. But I do know there is a difference, and that's one of the biggest differences. Like I said, fajitas. If you go to a Mexican restaurant, it comes out in little pieces already cooked, and they cook it on that hot plate or whatever. Obviously, we're doing it on the grill, but again, this is just as good as what you would get at just about any Mexican restaurant out there. You ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm going to quickly review the ingredients for the marinade. First of all, I have a quarter of a cup of lime juice, freshly squeezed. I took one of the limes and just zested it just for a little more aromatics for the marinade. 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of roasted cumin seeds. I just quickly roast these on the stovetop. Tablespoon of just regular good old-fashioned ketchup. I chopped up 1 jalapeno, including the seeds, so it will make it hot, but you won't cook these. You won't leave it in there when you cook it. So this is just for the marinade. 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And finally 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. Alright, and the main ingredient is a skirt steak. I bought 2 pounds of skirt steak. Little story behind it is I had to go to 2 different places to find it. You really want a thicker one like this. This is probably a good 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. And this was the only one I could find like that out of 2 stores. I found this one. It's a little thinner. It's just hard to, it's just going to be either cooked or raw. It's just harder. Like this one's it's almost not even worth put on the grill, but we'll marinate it and put it on anyway. But ideally, you can find a thicker one. You may have to talk to your butcher. Like I said, I had a very difficult time finding it, and like I said, this one, again, thin. But we'll use it. It's what we have in stock here in Utah right now. So we'll do the best that we can. So basically, the next part is we're just going to dump all these ingredients that I showed you for the marinade into a plastic bag. Or you can use like a non-reactive, dish or something like that. But I'm just going to use the plastic bag. Now that our ingredients are all in, I'm just going to kind of mix it up a little bit. Just to get it all distributed before I put the meat in. Next, we put the meat in. Try to get all the air out. I'm just going to swish it around a little bit. Give it a good mix in there so it all gets covered, all the meat. All right, I'm gonna put this in a dish just so in case it leaks, it doesn't leak all over my fridge. But we're gonna want to marinate about 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours. 8 definitely won't hurt it. So this is something you want to do in the morning before you get started. So again, we'll leave it in the fridge. I'll probably go every couple hours and just mix it around a little and make sure everything gets well coated. And we'll see you in 8 hours. So fajitas does take some planning. This has been marinating for 8 hours. So I got up early this morning and did it. But it's been marinating for about 8 hours. The only thing I will tell you is, again, I was doing this morning, I forgot to put cilantro in here, so I added it late. So it's not on the video, but I added about 2-3 tablespoons of cilantro into the marinade.
You know what I like about the magic of you two?
What's that?
I get to sleep while you get up early.
That's right. That's right. I prep. So A couple things is I've also caught up some peppers. I got green, orange, and yellow. I bought these peppers. I went to the store this morning. I bought these peppers. They're a little more inexpensive. The regular bell peppers are $3 a pop. I think the greens were $2. So I just went with about one green pepper and a bag of these. But if you want the full bell peppers, feel free to do that. I also chopped up some onions. The guys put in the bags, prep work. So we're ready to go. I'm gonna take the meat out. I should just put it on this tray here just to make it a little easier and clean and take it out to the grill. You can smell that.
Oh my gosh, you can. It's amazing.
Yeah. This one's a little bit thicker. I pointed this out earlier. Sorry, this one's a little bit thicker. I pointed this out earlier. So I'll probably put this one on first, just to get a head start, and then I'll put the other ones on the grill.
And this is great for Cinco de Mayo, but this is great anytime.
Yes, it is.
I also think you could do this and then whatever leftovers you had, if there's such a thing, put it on some trash can nachos, right?
Yeah, you can put out trash can nachos. You know, you can even make a fajita salad with it if you want to go a little healthier.
And add it to some eggs.
Yeah, you know, fajita breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Eggs. So yeah, there's plenty of options.
So marinate more than you think you need.
Yeah, marinate more than you think. Finally, the last thing I'm gonna do is take my vegetables out. I'm just gonna add a little avocado oil.
For the high smoke point?
Yep, for the high smoke point. And just get my vegetables in here. I'm gonna cook the meat first and let cook these vegetables while the meat rests. So, this is optional. I'm gonna throw this on the grill just because I literally have it in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna just throw a jalapeno on the grill and let it roast a little bit. So.
Yeah, use what's in your refrigerator, right?
Exactly. And I'll just stir that around. Like I said, I just want to get that in there, and that'll be ready to go once the meat is done. So we're going to go out onto the big green egg. And the reason I'm using that because I want a direct high heat. If you're using a kettle or something like that, probably just getting high heat flame. You could really even do this on a frying pan on a stove if you want. That works too. Honestly, if you're doing a frying pan on the stove, I'd make it more traditional fajitas and actually cut it up first before I put it in the frying pan. So. But since I'm doing it on the grill, cutting it up doesn't make sense.
Well, and I do this on my charcoal grill because I love your recipes so much. Yeah. And it's amazing.
It is amazing. Really, charcoal, in my opinion, is the only way to cook it for fajitas. So, like, just make sure that flame is hot and just watch it. Don't put it on and leave because it will be ready to turn and it'll be done in a heartbeat. Here these are. I cooked them up. It was hard to get internal temperature because they're pretty thin.
Yeah.
So this one should be more rare, and the other ones will be more well done just because they're thin. The main thing is you just want to cut against the grain. So you can see the grains going this way. So we will cut against it. I should just cut this in half here.
And we do that to keep it more tender. Yep. And guys, again, you are going to eat with your sense of smell first, and this smells amazing.
So as it gets thicker, you can see it's getting more and more rare. So a good thing about this, I guess, whatever your favorite temperature is, you can probably find it. And there, it's really on the rare side there. Here's our vegetables. They probably take like 8 minutes to cook. You know, the one rule is you don't want to overcook your vegetables. So,
no, you want them crunchy.
Yeah, so like I said, these are probably about the perfect timing here. They're still a little crunchy. I tasted them when I was out there. Any more of that, they start getting soggy. I did add a garlic jalapeno rub on the vegetables just to give them a little bit of flavor.
Okay.
Instead of salt and pepper, I just reached in the cabinet and that looked good, so I thought I'd give it a try. I did put the tortillas in on the grill about 15 seconds aside. So we have nice fresh tortillas. Let's make some tacos. Now, you're pretty much just limited by your own imagination how you want to dress it up. You could dress up as a normal, regular taco, lettuce, tomato. What I'm going to use beef, obviously the meat, the vegetables. I have some cilantro, and I got some queso fresco Mexican cheese that I'll crumble on top.
All right.
And I also have some fresh pico that I purchased at the grocery store today. So, but again, you can use guacamole, sour cream. You're limited by your imagination. So,
and we have a great pico recipe too.
We do have a great pico recipe. All right, so here's our fajitas. We made individual tacos here. I'm just waiting to dive in. My stomach is growling, but obviously you can see we added the meat, which is buried under there, the vegetables. I put some cilantro, some of that queso fresco cheese, and topped it with pico. You could have the jalapeno if you want it. I did that. I'll probably eat it later, but not while I'm on camera here. And of course, you can squeeze some lime if you want to too. So let's give it a taste. These aren't going to be very clean, so we got our napkins handy and ready to go.
Yeah, no dainty eating tonight.
No.
Just a tinge. Oh yes.
So good, huh? Yeah, so like I said, this is a pretty easy recipe. The main thing is just plan ahead, because it does take 8 hours to marinate. Like I said, real quick on the grill, you'll spend more time getting up to heat. Like I said, probably 5 minutes aside. And you can roast your vegetables on the grill, you can warm your tortillas on the grill. Everything's done right there. So if you like this recipe, leave a comment, let us know. If you like our videos, please subscribe and leave a notification. Check back every Thursday and we'll have new videos for you.
Yeah, watch every Thursday, guys, but eat, savor, and enjoy.
Bye.